Okay, call to order the regular meeting of the City Council of the City of Two Harbors on September 12, 2022. Roll call, please.
Woodruff.
Here.
Lodger. Here. Renwald.
Here.
Hassey.
Here.
Erickson. Redden.
Here. Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, are there any additions or changes to the agenda?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to request the addition of committee appointments just ahead of committee reports.
Thank you. Next, I'm looking for a motion for approval of the agenda.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The agenda is approved. I see no appearances tonight, so I will move on to administrative reports.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We've been working on the 2023 budget. We will do a presentation on September 22nd at the 6 o'clock meeting to set the preliminary levy. And just so everybody knows, this is the highest a levy can go. So after that, we can decrease it up until December when we have our truth and taxation meeting, but we can't increase it after the September 26th meeting. And that's all.
Thank you. All right, before committee reports, I will give out the committee enlistments that I have today. Currently, these positions are needing to be filled from our previous mayor. So I will give the first one of public safety to Councilor Erickson. Public arts is required in our city code to be the mayor or acting mayor, so I will be on that one. The library board, Councilor Renwald has graciously offered to help assist us with, and the same with utilities committee. Next up, we'll move on to committee reports. They have one for the airport commission. I was made aware previous to the meeting that Councilor Renwald was on vacation, so she did not attend that meeting, so we will move on to the personnel committee. Oh, sorry, Patty, did you have something?
We attended that meeting. Miranda, do you have? No, it's not that.
Oh, wait, we did.
We did discuss the fuel sale costs, with the rising gas prices, there's just been a concern out there. And we went through, the process that the airport manager has done, for the last 10 years. And I think we established that we want to keep it that way, but we're just going to be more diligent in, looking at different vendors, maybe for possible cheaper fuel sales, just because, it has gone up considerable, and we just went over maintenance issues that are going to be coming up. There's some sidewalk heaving at the airport near the building, and with our sidewalk project, we were going to have a vendor go out there and take a look and see how much that'll be to get ready for winter, and just about public works gearing up for the winter. We are getting our snow blower, which was funded through the FAA through a grant, which was 95.5%, so that's really great, and we should be getting that before the snow drops, so I think that was about it.
Very good. Thank you guys for attending that. Go ahead with the personnel committee, please.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. Let's see. Personnel met on August 24th. We had a discussion with the committee and the chief of police regarding a request for extra pay for how do we put that, extraordinary circumstances.
Correct.
And this is in regards to the many hours and that the chief and the assistant chief of police put in during prior to and during the townships. We decided to approve that request, as they not only did they do a fantastic job, but they were pretty much the ones that knew what was going on and when it was happening and how it was happening. And so we did decide that we would agree to that pay.
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but just wanted to clarify that I think that approval was conditioned upon confirming with our attorney for negotiations that it was an allowable thing. I
Right.
just wanted to make that statement.
Oh, yes, that, because it will come back to you, to us for a decision, but that was where we left it. Thank you, Patty, for
Yep.
clarifying. God, I can't keep my head up. And then we talked about some public works positions that we'd like to get posted. We had hoped that the county could help us with some greater training, but because of some incidents that the county was dealing with, they had to postpone that. So those positions, I think, are still on hold. We're hoping to get together with the Public Works Director and decide how to move forward with the posting of those positions, to get those positions filled before the S word happens. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Did anybody attend the library board?
Madeline was in the audience.
Sure. If we could get that from Madeline, that would be great.
Oh, hold on here, sorry.
Hold on one second, Madeline,
There.
sorry, we're waiting for,
Try it out.
all right, go ahead and try.
How does this sound?
Perfect,
Lovely.
thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Council, for letting me speak about all that's going on at the library. Physically, you might have noticed some improvements on the exterior of our building. We added some waterproof tiling, which will help with a lot of the moisture that we've noticed over the past 7 years concentrated in the south restroom. So that work happened between August 25th and September 2nd and is financed through the CIP. As a result, our air conditioning has been disconnected since August 22nd, and we are scheduled to have that hooked back up on September 13th. So many thanks to the library team, the frontline staff, as well as city staff who have been really helpful throughout this process. We're really looking forward to being cool and dry once that is all done. As a result, we did have to have some trees removed throughout the library yard. Once we have AC hooked back up, we'll be able to take a look at how things are shaken up and get an action plan going to expand our pollinator garden without those blue spruce there. We sought and obtained funding through Lake County Public Health for a worksite wellness grant that we will use to improve a break space for library staff. And this summer reading, we had over 300,000 minutes logged reading throughout our community. So really exciting stuff. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madeline. All right, Utilities Committee.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. We met last Wednesday on the 7th. We reviewed the water treatment plant and the wastewater treatment plant facilities, kind of updated where we are. I did ask for some updates in the report sent out from Bolton Mink with regards to the property development on parcel 237600-6006600, which is that spot between the two plants. Just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that the money that we are investing in that property right at this point is money that would have to be spent one way or another because of our fencing. And then we got to see the first renditions of the front gate. And I have to say that I'm pretty excited about that. The front gate of the plant will have the tugboat on this side and an oarboat on this side, so it will look like they're traveling off. They had them the other way, and we said, no, they can't be going inland, they have to be going out. Let's see, sanitary sewer near Holiday and Culvers, we had some discussion about that with regards to the building of the new liquor store. We might have to do a little tweaking down there, but we're hoping that we can do that when the 61 project is being done. There's a water main on 7th Avenue and 15th Street area that will need to be added to the CIP, because there was some issues with the water leak. Help me out, Ben. And it was all rusted or something, I can't remember, there was caps or something
Yeah,
that.
well, the entire whole, I wanna say lateral, right?
It had a longitudinal crack down the pipe.
Oh, that's what it
Had a
was.
longitudinal cracked on pipe, but that entire corner is all messed up and needs to be fixed before, the MinDOT project.
Before the window project. And then, we did have a brief discussion about, the 5th Street gas main replacement, and then, the additional blocks of 4th Avenue. Over in the 300 block, there's some issues with the sanitary sewer and the water being like right on top of each other, which I guess is a Mother Goose no-no. So there'll be, that kind of looked like almost,
Bedrock area.
yeah, it's just incredible the way that those lines were laid. So as we were looking at all of that, so more to come on that. Just wanted to let you know that we're kind of trying to stay on top of those projects. And I think that was, and then we're still working on getting some data together so that possibly next year we can try for some of the grants to work on our gas main replacement project. And I think that's it. Thank you. Oh, we meet again on the 21st if anybody wants to join us.
All right. Up next, the Public Works Committee.
Yeah, Miles was unable to attend, but I did take some notes on the meeting. We had the discussion regarding Superior Shores Burlington Road update, as we discussed at council earlier. That work is underway currently. We also had a report from Joe Ryan on the 2023-2024 project, and we will be updating at this meeting for a public hearing for that work. Jim Gilbert discussed a mill and overlay project that he is hoping to work in with the county's project that would be along 15th Avenue from 4th to 8th Street. And it is an area that has relatively new utilities, so a overlay would be a cost-effective way to extend the life of that street. There was a head scratcher to us. Jim Gilbert had been contacted by somebody at the school, Minnehaha School, about changing the bus drop to the other side of Minnehaha School. Yeah. We asked Jim to go back and get us more information. Jim's also looking at a mailbox post replacement plan, and this would be for mailboxes that are on the boulevard that would swing away when a snowplow comes through. It would greatly increase the efficiency of snow plowing on these streets that have on boulevard mailboxes. He's looking to develop a standard for that. Some discussion regarding the hiring of public works and trying to get those positions filled, especially before snow, and they are currently working to tweak requirements on these positions. We also had some discussion regarding tree replacements and how those are going to be placed in the 2021-2022 project, as well as in 2019 and 2020 projects, which haven't had any replacements. There was also some discussion regarding tree replacement policy is a tree replacement. So the policy replaces one tree. We were looking at perhaps it makes sense to add trees at owner's cost, because the city would be already be putting trees in the boulevard. And if they paid for it, it would actually reduce our unit price potentially and get more trees in the city.
Just a quick question for you on that, Derek. With that tree replacement, would that be to the city's discretion as far as what kind of trees could be planted in the boulevard?
The tree replacement policy specifies that the trees and trails will designate 3 trees annually for residents to choose from. This year it is a flowering crab, a bur oak, and a maple, if I recall correctly. No ash. Yes. So,
No, it wasn't.
but it was decided that we wanted to keep some continuity within a street, but also establish a diversity within the city.
And are these trees noted for their root systems not messing with the new infrastructure?
Yes, we are looking at trying to make sure that these trees do not have surface roots like some of the maples that are known north of 7th Street. So,
Thank you. All right. Are there any other committees that met that weren't noted? If not, next up I have a resolution approving the consent agenda items.
Also move.
Second.
Patty, could you please read these items in?
Sure. Number 1, approving minutes from the August 22nd regular and 30th, 2022 special city council meetings. 2, allowing claims against the city of Two Harbors to be paid on September 13th, 2022. 3, approving payroll for the second half of August 2022. 4, approving payment to Bolton and Mink to provide engineering services for $33,586 from May 28th through June 24th, 2022 for project management, coordination, and correspondence for the 23 and 24 street improvement project. 5, authorizing payment to Bolton and Mink for professional services for the Odegaard Trail for an amount of $2,663. 6, authorizing payment to Bolton and Mink for an amount of $31,981 for professional services for the 2021-2022 street and alley improvement project. 7, authorizing payment to Lakehead Constructors for pay application number 10 for the wastewater treatment plant project in the amount of $1,517,898.04. 8, accepting the proposal of A.W. Kettle to provide repairs of the roof at the fire hall for an amount of $3,790. 9, accepting the recommendation of the Liquor Store Ad Hoc Committee to accept the proposal of DSGW to provide architectural services for the proposed liquor store project. 10, closing the account and designating who is authorized to sign for the closing of THDF account at THFCU. 11, declaring third and final reading of an ordinance amending the City Code, Section 2.46, Planning Commission. 12, declaring third and final reading of an ordinance amending the City Code, Section 2.51, Two Harbors Housing and Redevelopment Authority. 13, approving State of Minnesota Joint Powers Agreement with the City of Two Harbors on behalf of its prosecuting attorney and police department. 14, designating certain fire department materials as discarded equipment and authorizing their disposal as appropriate. 15, approving the renewal applications of Madeira for 3.2 on sale and wine on sale with permission to sell strong beer, McQuaid's for on sale and Sunday on sale liquor, Castle Danger Brewing for brewer off sale and brewer tap room, and Vanilla Bean for on sale and Sunday on sale liquor licenses, pending the approval of the Chief of Police of the State of Minnesota and receipt of appropriate documentation. 16, approving the Minnesota lawful gambling application for exempt permit of Voyagers Boat Club of Two Harbors for the purpose of conducting a raffle with no waiting period. And that's all I have.
Thank you very much. Any discussion on any of these items? Roll call, please.
Woodruff,
Yes.
Clauser,
Yes.
Grunwald,
Yes.
Passy,
yes,
Redden.
Yes. Next up, communications. Could you read those as well?
Certainly. Number 1, an email from Tom Kohler reminding the council that the city charter provides for the authority to use ranked choice voting and that it would save the city the cost of an extra election. He further explained that doing so would require a campaign to educate voters on the ranked choice voting system. 2, a communication from Stephanie Bowler, Minnesota Department of Health, providing lead copper tap water monitoring report as required by the Safe Drinking Water Act, which revealed the city's public water system has not exceeded the action levels for lead or copper. Property owners of testing sites will receive notification on the results within 30 days. 3, a memorandum from Jennifer Selchow, Bolton and Mink, providing a status update on the wastewater treatment facility improvement project. 4, a memorandum from Joe Ray and Bolton and Mink, providing a review of the 2023 and 2024 street improvement project feasibility report. 5, an email from Karen Updegraff, Minnesota DNR Forestry, requesting permission to set up tables and a temporary signage along the city trail system for North Shore School's annual field day for 5th graders. And that's all I have.
Thank you. All right, under unfinished business, I have a resolution declaring the third and final reading of an ordinance amending the city code section 2.40, boards, commissions, and committees.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion on this item? If not, did you have something, Derek? No. If not, roll call, please.
Woodruff,
Yes.
Plager,
Yes.
Grenwald,
Yes.
Passy,
No.
Redden.
Yes. All right. Under new business item number 1 is a resolution receiving feasibility report and calling for a hearing on the 2023-2024 street improvement project for October 10th at 6 p.m.
Still move.
Second.
Any discussion on this item? Roll call, please.
Woodruff,
Yes.
Plager,
Yes.
Grenwald,
Yes.
Passy,
Yes.
Redden.
Yes. And after that, I have one proclamation that I would like to read. And that proclamation states, whereas September is known as nationally as Suicide Prevention Month, a time when mental health advocates, prevention organizers, survivors, allies, and community members unite to promote suicide prevention awareness. And whereas according to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, AFSP, suicide is the 12th leading cause of death in the United States. And whereas more than 45,979 people died by suicide across the United States in 2020, with an average of 130 suicides completed daily. And whereas in Minnesota, suicide is the second leading cause of death for individuals between the ages of 10 and 34, according to the CDC. And whereas the City of Two Harbors recognizes that everyone has a role to play to save lives and create healthy and strong individuals, families, and communities. We can come together to reduce factors that increase the risk for suicidal thoughts and behavior, and increase the factors that help strengthen, support, and protect people from suicide. And whereas the City of Two Harbors publicly places its support behind those who work in the fields of mental health, education, and law enforcement, and all those serving the needs of our community to provide mental health care and prevent suicide. And whereas I encourage all residents to take the time to understand the importance of mental health, education, and recognize that taking care of ourselves and others, taking care of mental health. Now therefore, I, Ben Redden, acting mayor of the City of Two Harbors, do hereby proclaim the month of September 2022 as National Suicide Prevention and Action Month in the City of Two Harbors. In witness whereof, I hereunto set my hand this 12th day of September 2022. All right.
Thank you for doing that, Mr. Chair. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, thank you. If there's nothing else, I'll look for a motion to adjourn. So move.
Second.
Making a roll call, please, Patty.
Woodruff,
Yes.
Fleischer,
Yes.
Grandma,
Yes.
Massey,
Yes.
Redding.
Yes, we are adjourned.